Hey guys, OgreBarberian, back for another in-depth look. This time we're going to look at Green Arrow, the Emerald Archer. And now this guy you get very early on in campaign. He's one of your first unlocks. He translates very well throughout the game. He stays strong the entire time. So he's definitely worthwhile to upgrade. He has a physical striker gear set, which means he's going to get a lot of strength and a lot of speed. Usually they have a lot of speed, rather. They only gain like 30 off the gear set, but they already have typically a high speed rate. And they're going to have a high crit chance also. Let's go ahead and take a look at his skill set real quick. So we've got his basic attack, quick draw, damage to an enemy, and apply agility down to an enemy. And this does go up to 3 agility downs. The damage on this isn't stellar, it's not super amazing, but with those agility down stacks, it does add up very quickly and help you guys deal more damage. So it's definitely worthwhile to upgrade this. Legendary for this is 50% chance to strike twice. Now, double procking on a basic might not seem all that good, but the first hit will apply those agility downs, so that the second hit is a little stronger and applies even more agility downs. So it's very worthwhile, definitely. So, and then we got Storm of Arrows. Light damage to all enemies, 40% critical hit chance. And that critical hit chance does go up to 70%. It doesn't do amazing damage, again, but the guaranteed crit is what you're really using it for. You really want that, because the legendary for this is apply 2 strength downs to each enemy that has dealt a critical hit. So if you're guaranteed a critical hit, they're going to get those 2 strength downs. Highly recommend this as his probably first upgrade. Regardless of how you use him, this is definitely your first upgrade, I think. And then we have Focus. Purge 6 debuffs from Green Arrow and gain 3 affinity ups. You do gain more affinity ups and more debuffs purged. It's one that you don't have to upgrade a whole lot, because you're not usually looking at removing all those debuffs, and you're not going to use it very often when you're actually controlling him. Those affinity ups do help increase his damage on targets that he would otherwise be strong against anyway. So if you run into a boss that has just really high tankiness that's already weak to him, that's a mystic, he can deal additional damage that way. So it's one way to increase his damage without doing too much. But again, you're probably not using it all that often. So, and the upgrade for this is gain death immunity. Now, this is an interesting upgrade because gaining death immunity, it does last for several turns. So it's worthwhile in that case, because the AI will use this move at the start of battle, and whenever it can, for that matter. So if you're looking for that, then definitely an okay upgrade. And then we have his passive, Peak Physical Form. It's gain up to 25% turn meter. Green Arrow deals damage without any debuffs on himself. And that's why the focus is important, is because he wants those debuffs to not be on him, and then he can gain a bunch of turn meter. Very, very powerful. He's already very fast, so gaining more turn meter is just really strong. Legendary for this is extra 50% chance to gain invisibility. Now, this is a very interesting upgrade, because this is how you're going to protect him. He's kind of squishy. So, it's probably going to be your 3rd or 4th upgrade, depending on the route you go with him. Honestly, I like it more than the death immunity, but again, it really just depends on how you build him. So. And then his leadership, strategy over power. All allies apply agility down and lower turn meter by up to 13% and up to 3 agility downs if they deal a critical hit to an enemy. So anytime an ally crits, including himself, which this includes his Storm of Arrows. So the Storm of Arrows will proc, apply a bunch of agility downs from his leadership, a bunch of strength downs from the Storm of Arrows, and then if you also have the legendary upgrade for this, which is apply an equal number of strength downs, you're going to be able to, stack a ton of, you're going to have 5 strength downs and 3 agility downs on the every target, every enemy, just by using the Storm of Arrows and his leadership. And they're also going to lose a bunch of turn meter. So it's very, very powerful leadership ability. Now, be careful, because some characters like Aquaman, King of Atlantis, can grant crit immunity to the team, so you're not going to be able to use the leadership if that's the case. So just be aware of that. They do have to crit. So let's go ahead and take a look at some team counts for them real quick, huh? Alright, and this is your AoE special. You got Green Arrow Archer as your leader, Green Arrow Castaway as your first supporting character, Green Lantern John Stewart, and then Wonder Woman, Champion of the Amazons. And the reason I went this route is because all three of these other characters have AoEs additional to Green Arrow's AoE. So you're looking at possibly stacking a ton of debuffs on your enemies whenever they crit. Also, Castaway Green Arrow and John Stewart Green Lantern can also apply turn meter down to enemies with their AoEs. So very, very powerful. And then Wonder Woman's AoE cannot miss. So again, very, very powerful. You're going to stack a ton of debuffs, and your team is very quick, so they're going to be all over the place, and you're going to be applying turn meter down, so you're going to get turn after turn after turn, and you're just going to wreck your opponents with the sheer weight of the number of debuffs that they get. That's the idea. Considering the arrows are both two of the fastest characters in the game, both in the top 7. So, second team I got for you. You got Green Arrow Emerald Archer. We got Aquaman, Rider of the King Tide, Harley Quinn Quite Vexing, and Cyborg Vic Stone. And the idea with this one is more of a we care about crits team. Because obviously Green Arrow's leadership cares about crits, Aquaman cares about crits, Harley cares about crits, Cyborg can get huge crit chance ups. So they're going to be critting all over the place. You're going to be stacking a million buffs on these guys, and they're going to get stronger and stronger as the fight gets into it. And hopefully your opponent won't be able to do anything because they're going to have a million debuffs on them because you're going to be constantly critting. So that's the idea with this one. And the last team I got for you, we've got Scarecrow, Constantine, Batman Beyond, and Green Arrow. Now, the idea with this one is that Scarecrow and Batman Beyond both apply hit chance downs. And then Constantine and Scarecrow both care about the number of debuffs that the enemy has. They don't care what kind of debuffs, they just care about the number of debuffs. And Emerald Archer is very good at applying a lot of debuffs, as are these other three characters. So there's going to be debuffs all over the place, and you're going to hit full potential on Scarecrow and Constantine because of that. And then additionally, as an interesting side note, all 4 of these characters are capable of going invisible. So I think that's rather interesting because it'll kind of force your opponent to either attack a single target when they're not invisible, or, maybe Green Arrow's not invisible, but he has death immunity, or something like that, So there's definitely some interesting play that can be done here, but again, you're going to be stacking so many debuffs that hopefully it won't matter. That's the idea. So that's all I got for you for now. As always, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Enjoy, and grind on.